Yes, good morning. It's Viewpoint, the program of personalities, politicians, and perspectives. We've certainly got 2 out of 3 here today, Mrs. Busby.
Well, I don't doubt that at all.
Oh, I didn't say good morning to you in the car, did I?
I don't know. We were in such a hurry. I don't think we said anything.
Well, that's why we have such a nice ride.
Sometimes nothing said is the best thing anyway.
As the old commercial from Wild Rose in Libertyville, a beautiful ride in the country. Good morning, Mrs. Busby.
Hi.
Well, that's a vivacious, kind of a exciting opening today. Kudos. We always start with a kudo or two on Viewpoint. Keli, you're not familiar with this modus operandi that we use. The other day, I had my great-granddaughter out to Mrs. Scully's wonderful park there, the Kickapoo Creek Park. My, what a great spot that is for the community. And that lady was so gracious and so far-seeing that not only did she leave us that wonderful park, but she left some farmland to keep that, keep the upkeep on that. And Lord knows there's a lot of upkeep. The point of my mentioning it all is somebody, and I don't know who the somebodies are, originally, Rotary, I think Kiwanis were also involved in building the original bridge across that park out there, and it fell in deterioration after some 30 years or so. So somebody went out there and they really did and rebuilt that entire thing, did a wonderful job. It's really, really very nice. So kudos to all those folks who put their time and effort into that. It was an outstanding job. Another in-house kudo.
Yeah.
Not too long ago, Mrs. Busby, a bunch of old-timers, a class of early 40s, 41, 40, so forth, they had a lunch out at the Oasis. Mr. Searby was very gracious to offer us that venue for a luncheon meeting so we can plan ahead for the annual...
Maybe it wasn't the Oasis.
Oh.
Maybe it was Castle Manor.
Well, yes, what a... Testing.
You're just on the wrong side of town. Not the problem.
What day is it? I was
Friday,
thinking, there's something to go with that, synonymous with old age and Oasis.
Not that the Oasis isn't a nice place. I don't mean that, but Tim just has no clout there. That's the bottom line.
Well, how long have we been doing this, Judith?
Oh, I have absolutely
Mr.
no
Ash,
idea.
how long have we been doing this? I think that's the first.
Ever since we began,
yeah,
I think.
Oh, you're welcome aboard, Keli. That's the first major gaffe I think the old guys had.
Well, but we've only been here about 2 minutes.
Some minor ones, but that's the first major gaffe anyway. To point at hand, my kudo. Bunch of the old folks went out there to the Castle Manor, and we had a nice lunch, very nice lunch. And the wait staff was very interesting, and I felt very badly that I didn't tip the old fella who was very, very gracious in serving us. So I'll probably have to remedy that the next time. But seriously, at the Castle Manor, that was a very nice lunch, Tim. I was very impressed, and I hope to avoid that stage in my life, but if I do, I sure know where it's there. So welcome to Tim Searby and Keli Cottrell. Is that the correct pronunciation, Keli?
Yes.
Well, we're glad to have you. We're going to talk about, not the Oasis, we're going to talk about Castle Manor. The Oasis does a very nice job, by the way, for some of these older folks. Yes. And if I get to be that age someday, I'll go in there and spend some time, but right now I've got other things I want to do. So, go right ahead. Tim, who wants to lead off with the subject matter this morning, you or Keli?
I'll be glad to go ahead and do that, Bill.
I have to recover from that gaffe yet. It'll take me a little while.
We are delighted to be with you, and thank you so much for the opportunity to be here. We are thrilled. We're closing in on 2 years now.
That's hard to believe.
Being open at Castle Manor. End of June will be our 2-year anniversary, and we are delighted that we've been able to bring this type of service to Logan County. We are the only supportive living facility in Logan County.
Well, I'm delighted that you were able to bring this service to Logan County, too. Number one, I'm not 29 anymore, and I'm going to have to live someplace. I think this is such a remarkable step up from what I think of in my grandma's day.
Yes.
Where you put them there, and the people were nice, of course, and they tried to make it as pleasurable as was possible. But this new thrust is such a vast improvement, and all of the people who are my age should say thank you, God, for that.
Well, absolutely. And as I look at my own parents, I know that they're approaching the time when they could certainly use these services. The beauty of supportive living is that we can offer services and you can still maintain your independence.
Yeah.
So as you need services, you're included in our base package is the weekly housekeeping, weekly laundry, 3 restaurant-style meals a day. And then on top of that, we can do other things. We can help with bathing and dressing. We can help you with medications. There's so many things that we can add so that you can stay with us longer.
Well, and don't they come in and, excuse me, and Destin run the vacuum periodically as well?
Yes, weekly housekeeping is provided, weekly laundry, that's all included in your base rate.
See, you know, it's just amazing. What percentage would you guess of your people are able to have their car with them out there?
We actually have, I think right now, the last I counted, we have 9 cars that are in our parking lot that belong to our residents.
And for those of you who don't bring your car, you have transportation.
We certainly do. We have our own bus with a lift, and we take regular trips on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for in-town doctor appointments, shopping, things such as this. And then for the days that on Tuesday and Thursday that we're not doing transportation, Community Action has been great to help provide transportation for our residents.
Well,
so
Community Action is great for transportation. I can stand up and vouch for that, believe you me.
Certainly, certainly.
On every level. They're just wonderful.
They're great.
Keli, do we have mental therapy exercises out there? I was just thinking in my little demonstration this morning how sometimes I went off into left field. That if I get out there, I perhaps would need some help on those lines.
Yes, we have our activity program that Allie leads for us. We have exercise programs, we have games, we have social outings out into the community, so we can keep your mind busy out there.
Keli might address an activity that we just did as part of our marketing. I'd love for her to talk about that, of a current thing that we did to bring people from the community in. Why don't you
Please and thank you. Do that.
Last weekend we sponsored a Pride of the Castle quilt show where we partnered with the Logan County Quilting Guild, and we were thrilled with the response that we got from the community and actually just everyone in the surrounding area, because we had all kinds of quilters come in and share their contemporary and their heirloom quilts with us, and the residents shared their heirloom quilts, and the response was fabulous. The residents are still talking about it.
That is wonderful. Another thing that I'd like to have you expand on just a tad is this business of the activities that you do offer for those who live there, because I think that's so important. My mother-in-law, who's 98 and sharp as a tack, is in an assisted living place up in Pine River, Minnesota. And it's not Castle Manor, all right, but it's nice, okay? And I know that she's gotten amongst the residents, she's found some buddies that'll play cribbage with her and so forth. So they, I'm sure here too, form their own groups of cribbage players or euchre players or whatever their game of choice is.
Pinochle, the residents love Pinochle. Yes. We have several bridge groups that come in, not only from Lincoln, but we also have some bridge groups that have formed within Castle Manor. So I'm trying to think of some of the other games that they play.
Oh, there's all kinds of different types of mind games and quizzes and things that they do just to stay sharp, and they're very good at it. Also, we have excellent programming for keeping physically fit too. We do chair aerobics, chair dancing, Wii bowling. We have a group of gals in a statewide contest right now, and they're called the Castle Manor Strike Queens.
You gotta be kidding.
No, and they're doing quite well. We're excited, and these gals are doing Wii bowling, and they're very good.
Explain that term, please.
I love it.
Wii bowling is it's done on a TV. It's a program that you can put right on the TV, and they're using their physical prowess there to make sure that they are pretty good strike queens. They're doing very well. We're hoping they're going to make it into the final round so that they can compete statewide with other supportive livings.
You know, I've played those Wii games, being fortunate enough to have grandchildren and great-grandchildren and all those kinds of advantages. And, of course, my granddaughter, Gabby, has a Wii. And you got to be quick, man. You can't just stand there and think about your next move.
No. And see, there's bowling, there's golf, tennis, there's all kinds. But our bowling is the one that's the big thing right now.
I thought cow racing was kind of fun.
And you know, the neat part of that, Allie Robinson, who was Miss Logan County, is our activities coordinator, and she really has them doing well with those chair aerobics and all of those other types of things. So we're
chair
thrilled.
Dancing.
Yes.
And no table dancing.
No table dancing. Sorry, we're not going to be making money on our dancing.
I'm sure they appreciate a little dignity. Yeah.
I could slip a $5 bill in Jimmy's shoulder.
We also have Supportive Living Week coming up, the 23rd of April, and we're planning all kinds of fun activities for that. We're actually having on Wednesday the 20, I believe that's the 26th, we're having a marathon bingo day, and we're having local celebrity callers come in. Even the mayor of Lincoln is coming to help call for bingo, and we're going to do bingo all day. We're doing a celebration of supportive living through that whole week, ending with on Friday evening we're going to have a big masquerade dinner, and Barry and Julie King are coming to do a little performance, great comedic performance that they're doing, and
Good.
We're celebrating the whole week long, so we'd love to invite the community to come and take a look.
Tim, how do you know the mayor?
Well, actually, he's a pretty good friend of mine. He married my sister.
I knew that. Small town, you know.
That's right.
Well, Keli Cottrell, you come to us from Bloomington, and if for want of a better word, maybe the mother house in Bloomington. Is that how long have you been with us in Lincoln, and specifically your duties are?
Thank you, Bill. I have been in Lincoln at Castle Manor and St. Clara's Manor doing community relations since August. And I am just thrilled to be here. The community has been very welcoming to me. I've gotten to know lots of celebrities through Tim here. So I do community outreach in sponsoring some activities out in the community so that I can meet some of the seniors and educate them about what Castle Manor can provide for them.
Tell them about your newest program.
About WIMPs?
Please.
WIMPs is an exercise program that I partnered with at the
Sounds
Oasis.
like something I'd be eligible for.
WIMPs actually stands for We Improve Muscle Performance for Seniors.
Oh, I was just going to be a plain one.
And I do an exercise program at the Oasis on the third Monday of the month, and then at Castle Manor I do an exercise program on the first Monday of the month. And the seniors have been very good as far as accepting the exercises. It's all stretching and just very easy motions. These exercises are sanctioned through the Arthritis Foundation, so that they are just to help you if you have some sore muscles, some arthritic movement to help you get moving in the morning.
Well, you're in the right place to get the arthritis.
Yeah, exactly.
Really, I mean, it's rampant.
And Bill, just to add on to your question about Keli's position, she markets for both Castle Manor and St. Clara's Manor, so she has a big job. Castle Manor is owned by St. Clara's Manor, and we are a community not-for-profit organization, and so Keli has a huge job. The beauty of this program, though, is that if you are living at Castle and you're going to need more services, whether it be for therapy or whatever it be, we have that automatic contact with St. Clara's, and so it is a beautiful situation, and Keli has just stepped into that beautifully and helped a lot of our folks with that.
Keli, just for your information, I'm not going to embarrass the major domo to your right there, but when Castle Manor was getting ready to get rolling, I received, among others, I was one of those who received a call, and they were looking about find a director out there, and they told me of Mr. Searby, and I said, young lady, let me do you a favor. Just quit looking. You've already found him.
You betcha.
And that's exactly what I meant. And happily they took my comments to heart. So seriously, Tim, glad to have a local man, boy in this case.
Oh, thank you.
You know, Tim is so well known in our community and has strong ties in our community through his church and through the Lincoln Community Theater. He had just a kind of a little passing interest in Lincoln Community Theater, and so we're glad to have Tim out there at Castle Manor, and we're glad to have you aboard. It occurs to me that perhaps somebody might have a question about Castle Manor and its operation or its fees and so forth. 648-5510. In case anybody has any questions, we'd certainly be happy to entertain those questions. So this is not just a two-person band, so you get in there and ring your own drums if you have a little question or two. Specifically, right now, the activities that you have, are they on a day-by-day basis, Keli, or do you have them planned?
The activities in the community or the activities at Castle Manor?
No, in-house in Castle Manor.
Allie does activities at Castle Manor on a daily basis, whether it's an exercise program, a game. We have speakers from the community who come in to talk to our residents about what the services they offer, or history programs. Tim is very gracious in doing a church service for us every Sunday morning for our residents, and I feel very fortunate, having been in the activity line of work in assisted livings and nursing homes, to have someone who will actually come into our building to do a church service every Sunday. Our residents are very fortunate for that.
Well, they certainly are, and they're certainly fortunate to hear Tim, but that's a non-denominational type affair, and it's important. I don't know, sometimes I think maybe as we get closer to our Maker, we think even more about the importance. And it too is a social occasion, and that's very important.
Now, for those who want to go to their own denominational services, transportation could be available?
They do that through their own churches, and we have several
within their own church.
Yes. We have several that are doing that. Certainly, we average about 18 people at our Sunday morning service.
How's the plate?
Very good.
Do you sing?
I do. I lead the worship, and most of the time, at least currently, I've been using Randy Unger to preach. Randy went to Lincoln Christian University, and his wife Teresa is our office manager, and Randy has been doing the preaching, but I lead the singing and the worship service.
That alone would be worth attending.
Well, thank you, Judy. You're so kind.
Now, there's another component out there, being a not-for-profit and so forth. You have to devote so much of your space to people who need a little subsidy, as it were. Would you talk about that, please?
Yes, we are required to have at least a fourth of our people needing public assistance.
A fourth?
Yes.
Really?
And so we're meeting that criteria very readily, and we want to make sure that we're serving all of our seniors of Logan County. And so that's the beauty of supportive living, is that we can help people who do not have the financial means to do that.
And unless they told me specifically, I wouldn't know.
Absolutely. You're right.
By their lunch or their care or their housekeeping or their laundry,
No,
who's
no.
who.
You would have no idea. Yes, yes.
I
that's
think we
correct.
want to ask a question about that in just a minute, but for now we're going to take a little commercial break, and then we're going to come right back and we're going to talk about Castle Manor.